What is up, my YouTube family? It is so good to see you, and I am really excited today because we finally have a new dividend investing video here for you. And not only that, I have a new template for you that you're going to be able to download for free, and it's going to help you better manage your portfolio and help you make better investment decisions moving forward. Chipper, cue the intro. My name is Mike the CPA. Thank you for joining me on Money and Life TV. And to say thank you for over 40,000 subscribers. I can't even believe that's a real thing. Working as a CPA over the past 8 or 9 years has really helped me become a better investor. And why is that? I've been able to see hundreds of different people's brokerage statements. Now, these are people who don't manage their own portfolio most of the time. Most of the time, they're paying somebody to manage their portfolio. I would see statements from Charles Schwab, E-Trade, Vanguard, Fidelity, Merrill Lynch, Morgan Stanley, you name it. I've probably seen the statement at one time or another. And what I started to notice between these different statements while doing people's taxes is that regardless of who the investment manager was, and regardless of the format of the statement, because they all look similar but a little bit different, the one thing I kept noticing is there were certain patterns. The same, even though the statements were coming from different companies, the investment managers were basically tracking the same kind of information over and over and over again. One of the patterns I kept seeing over and over again on these different statements is that each investment manager really paid close attention to cost basis on these different people's statements to help better manage that person's portfolio. What you're seeing on screen is a spreadsheet I have for you in today's video, and you can download this for free. And I think it's really going to help you better understand cost basis and how it will help you better manage your portfolio moving forward and the kind of investment decisions you make moving forward. Now, there's a lot of information I don't have on here yet. I realize that, guys, but I'm working on this as quickly as I can. I'm going to be adding information that would reflect your total gain loss, information for different sectors, whether you're invested in utilities, energy or whatever it may be. But I have already added a yield on cost portion, which is really fun to discuss, but we're going to discuss this part of it in the next video to this series. Cost basis is going to help you determine what percentage of your capital is at risk in each investment, what percentage of your capital is at risk in each sector. It's going to help you determine your yield on cost. It's going to help you determine whether or not you should freak out and sell an investment if it drops 10%, or if you should do nothing. Or, it's going to help you make decisions like that. Because I get a lot of questions around, should I buy this investment? Should I add more to it? Should I invest in something else? Well, it's really hard to determine that until you take a step back and look at your portfolio as a whole and realize how much money you have invested in each stock, each sector, and so on and so forth. And so that's why I always start here. Before I choose a company to look at and to analyze, I always begin at ground zero, which is what my current portfolio looks like. That's what I'm looking at first. It's just like on a map. Before you travel to somewhere, you want to see where you're currently at before you decide where to go next. Before we get further into the video, I would so appreciate it if you guys could drop me a like or leave a comment below. By doing so, it's going to help this information reach more and more people. It's so important.
Especially drop a like if you like learning how to track your investments like a professional without paying an investment advisor.
Okay, guys, let's cover the template. So in column A, that's the type of account you have. In this example, it's going to be a taxable brokerage account, but if you have a Roth, just type in Roth. It's as simple as that. I want you to feel like you can customize this however you want. It doesn't bother me none. I just want you to understand the importance of tracking this kind of information by the end of the video. Column B is the quantity or shares of each investment you own. Column D is the adjusted cost of the investment. That is how much you invested in total to each investment here, or to each set of shares or transactions. Column E is the cost as a percentage of the total account. What I mean is if you scroll down to the very bottom, you'll see that in this example for this template, and you're going to see this when you open it, it's $65,607 is the total amount invested in this one account, if you add up all these different totals. So what column E means, and this is one of the reasons we're doing this work, is so column E means $766 is 1.17% of the entire account balance of $65,607. To show you a quick example, these are some of the stocks I actually own in my own brokerage. So I would start off, my top stock I list here would be Apple, then AbbVie, American Waterworks. So as you can see, I'm going in alphabetical order. Now, as you go down the template, you're going to see where it says stock 3 multiple times or stock 4 multiple times. Well, what that means is that I've purchased that investment more than once, or you might have investments you've purchased more than once. A perfect example is, let me come over here and let me show you a quick example of what I've done in my portfolio with American Waterworks. So way back when, 2014, I purchased 10 shares of American Waterworks. I also purchased another set of shares for American Waterworks in 2014. I purchased some shares in 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. And in total, I have $8,000 invested in American Waterworks in my taxable brokerage account. And that is my real cost basis for American Waterworks with those shares. So that's why if you have multiple transactions for each kind of stock, that's why I would suggest you list them out here separately. Now, you don't have to do it that way. If you just want to, if you don't care about doing it like this, you can just list the total like this and move on with your life. Doesn't bother me. The reason I'm listing this out is you're really going to see the reason for this in the next part of this video series is to help me calculate yield on cost for my different investments. And it's pretty cool to see once we get there. So if you have the detail of each set of transactions or each tranche of transactions as you've purchased these different investments, it's going to be really cool to track that in your portfolio. But if you don't, just focus on the totals. It's probably much easier, much quicker, and then just move forward. The main idea, guys, of why we're tracking this cost basis is to get the numbers in column E. Is to help us determine what percentage of our portfolio is invested in that one company and how much risk do we have, or how much capital risk do we have there by investing more or less in this company. So start by listing your investments in alphabetical order from A to Z. That's the process I would start with. Now, this information, if you don't know where to find it, different people use different investing platforms. I use TD Ameritrade. I found this cost basis history in the tax gain loss center of TD Ameritrade. So usually if there should be a portion, whatever platform you're using, there should be an area where you can check your cost basis on your different investments. And by doing so, you should be able to gather this detail that I've been able to list out here on mine. So this is how you can find that information from your platform. It should all be there. And it's nice to drop it into a spreadsheet because then you can really analyze it further, as you're going to see in the next part of this video. But once you do that, it should add up in total of how much you have invested in your whole portfolio, or at least in that account, okay? And then you'll be able to see how much of your money is invested in each type of investment. But what this is going to help you do, if you remember in a video I produced about a month or so ago now, I produced a video about building a quality monthly dividend income portfolio. In that video, I showed you guys this spreadsheet. I showed you how to track your dividend income by month. Now, when I initially gave you guys that spreadsheet, this column E, these numbers were not linked to anything. They weren't working yet. But now we can make these work. So now what you can do is you can take this spreadsheet and you can update this to link to your cost basis worksheet. So let me show you. If you didn't get this template initially, all of this is going to be included in the same spreadsheet. So don't worry. I'm going to keep updating this and making better and better versions. So your total percentage of your portfolio. Now what we can do is we can link it. So we're going to come here, we're going to hit the equal button, and we're going to go to cost basis and see where it says cost as a percentage of this account right here. That's what we're going to click. We're going to click on that. We're going to hit enter. And now we can start to track what percentage of our portfolio is invested in Apple. You guys probably also noticed that I had entered the dividends per share for Apple and for these other investments, but we're going to get into that in the next portion of this video series. So just ignore that for now. But you're going to see why that's important, because it's going to help you calculate your annual dividend income on your investments within each account you have. Some of you are asking, well, Mike, I have multiple investment accounts. How am I going to track all that? Well, don't worry. I have the same situation. Whereas I have one brokerage account that's taxable, the other two are Roth IRAs. So I have a couple hidden columns here. So if I hide them, and these will automatically appear when you download the template. I've just hid them so it's easier to see what's on screen. But I have another template if you want to track the same kind of information, your Roth and your second Roth IRAs if you have two of them. If you don't want to use these, you don't have to, but I just wanted to show you an example of using one account. So this is one investment account, this is one investment account, and this is a third investment account. And what we're going to get to in the next portion of this video is we're going to be able to, by tracking yield on cost, we're going to be able to determine how much money we're going to make from dividends annually and be able to more easily forecast that going forward. Now, I'm going to be adding more and more elements to this spreadsheet, guys, so you're going to be able to really take a global look at your portfolio, and it's really going to help you determine what investments you should be looking at, how to get proper diversification, what kind of dividend income you make, and so on and so forth. But tracking your cost basis and setting this kind of stuff up is really going to help you analyze your investments before you buy new ones. And I just think it's going to help you manage your risk, and you're going to become a better investor by doing this exercise. It's not the most exciting thing in the world to do, but I think it's worth it in the long run. We're going to be getting into a lot more detail as we progress further in this series, but be sure to download this template for free, guys. It's going to come with everything you're seeing in this video, including the dividend income by month. And I'm going to keep making updates to this going forward to help you build and manage your own dividend portfolio more like a professional. If you guys liked the video today, be sure to drop a like, leave a comment down below. Let me know how you track your investments, what kind of things you look at, and what things help you make better investment decisions and help you analyze your portfolio. I would love to hear your thoughts and your comments in the comment section below. If you're brand new to Money in Life TV, welcome. Here on Money in Life TV, our goal is to help you become fiscally fit, and we do that by teaching finances, investing, taxes, and more. So be sure to subscribe if you have not done so already. I try to make a new video about once per week. Usually a new video comes out every Sunday. All right, guys, well, thank you for spending time with me on YouTube. I'll see you down in the comment section. Live life uncaged, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.